Horus, right? And then, like, remind me again, wasn't there, like, I mean, it wasn't the previous campaign. Check this out. On our backlog. But wasn't there, like, a little icon of the people who got sucked in? What do we see as we try to... Is there anything kind of indicating that Kayatan and Horus are here?
So, when you're looking at it, it's almost in the way light is reflecting it that you're seeing almost a silhouette of a Fantari or a half-orc.
Right.
It's not as clear, like, 2D cutout of the person in the tiny orb. It's more an essence that you can kind of tell who's in there. Mm-hmm. You see other shapes as you spin it.
That's scary.
So how many people are in that thing?
At least 2. Horus was in here for 400 years before we popped him out.
Yeah, you can keep that.
You sure you don't want to try it?
No, I'm sure. I'm sure.
I don't think you can just choose to go in.
Right. Well, wait, listen, watch this. I try to chuck it into the water. Wait for it.
Now it's going
Wait for
It's
it.
the one time it's not going to come back. You know that.
And it's as you're wait for it, you feel a weight appear in your hand.
Oh, there's weight. It's here. We're pretty much like stuck with it.
That sets off so many flags, I honestly can't even be mad. It's like if I'm the worst thing. Like the worst thing.
That tracks. It's been more helpful than it hasn't been.
Oh, all right, sure.
Really? How?
It is for us.
Well, yeah, for us it is.
And as you're waiting in line, it eventually becomes your turn to board the barge.
Hope y'all like water.
It's
I can swim.
Fire?
Sorry. Water.
It's not that expensive. It is 2 silver per ticket.
Sure.
Okay. Oh,
Is there anyone else boarding with us?
You guys are 4 of probably 60 people on this barge.
Anything notable about the people making their way to Skyshore?
There's a couple people with carts being pulled by mules. There's a couple people who look like they're merchants, have a wagon with a couple guards with them. It's not anything really other than just people going to a city.
Right. So no refugees or...
Not that you can tell.
Okay.
they don't seem like more wealth on the wealthy side if they're going to the city, or they don't seem any particular class, I guess?
Give me an insight check.
26.
26. You see a couple people who stick out a little more than the rest of the crowd. There's a couple of what you're assuming are more well-off merchants. The thing that you're really noticing about these specific people is that they are already pulling out what look like very fancy and elaborate, almost Venetian-style masks and donning them.
Do we know at this point that what the city we're going to is and require? Like, how common knowledge is what is necessary for this city? I guess now would be the best time to ask before we get onto the barge.
But I tell them
One
before you
Blackwood, right?
head off into the boat.
Yeah, if you want to tell them, having been there.
Yeah. So
You were trained there, weren't you?
yeah. So as we're gathered around, in Two Rivers before we properly head onto the boat,
Mm-hmm.
say, I don't know. Actually, I'm pretty sure that none of y'all have been there before, so I should tell you, this is probably your second to last chance to grab yourself a little dinky mask if you want to actually do anything in the city. Gotta cover your face.
What?
You would note that they do have rentals on the
And
upon
second
arrival.
to last, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you want to get something that's not been worn by a couple hundred other people in between here and now, might be your best chance. Yeah.
Do they sell masks? Like,
There's people selling very basic and crude masks here.
Not my thing.
But to get all of the information out there, you would be able to tell the party Skyshore has a very unique law. It is only in the one city throughout the entire kingdom. Where most of the world, people will walk around and think of their face as their identity. Skyshore has a law where, when in public, a part of your face must be covered. And there are ways that the government is able to keep tabs on who is in the city by recognizing masks.
And look, normally I wouldn't be buying into this whole sort of thing, but trust me when I say that that's one rule they take real serious, and so they don't really ask you even once to put it on if you're in there. You just kind of disappear if you're not. So you really want to make sure you hold on to that thing.
Wild. Right.
Yeah, like I said, she's a bit of a man-eating tyrant, you know, besides the vampirism.
And you're seeing a couple of the other people on the barge starting to pull out their own masks. They seem unique, but you see a couple people just look like it's their first time coming in and they don't have a mask to wear.
Is there like a vendor or a cart here selling something made of wood?
Yeah, there's basic masks that you could pick up, on shore. It is very much someone just made... It actually reminds you a little bit of Joint's mask. Very featureless, just eye holes. It's...
Is there a trunk hole?
You could probably cut one out, but...
Fantari shaped. I'm just perusing what someone has.
Tusk accessible.
Yeah, right.
The masks here aren't of great quality. You think a single hit would probably break it.
That's gonna happen a lot, I imagine.
Do we need it before we get off the boat, or are we able to buy it at port?
You were able to buy it at port.
Okay.
Sure.
So perfect. We just
I
go there
will
first.
wait until I get to
Kind of
port.
just-
All right.
All right, let's go.
Do your pets need masks?
Nah, just people.
While they discuss masks, Dante, may I speak with you?
Masks, right?
I think the whole thing's
So
ridiculous,
masks,
frankly.
yeah.
Like,
Does this barge have like a empty area on top, like a roof, so to speak, or anything?
Yeah, so-
anything that's separate from?
There's a top deck where there is much more sitting area, and the bottom, the second deck is more for like carts and cargo people are bringing. But you are entering through that second deck. You can find a quiet corner in the top deck.
So, go to like a quiet
Yeah,
corner.
quiet corner. Sounds good to me.
Dante, how are you handling Cassius's death?
I haven't really. I guess I haven't thought about it that much, if I'm being honest. I think our main focus is to find the one who did it. Right? That's what Cassius did.
Dante, I have been harsh to you, but I want to tell you, do not be like Cassius. Do not be like me. Neither of us are something that you want to be. Best case, you end up like me. Worst case, you end up like Cassius. Or maybe that's reversed, I don't know. You deserve more in life than this.
You know, you say that, but you both seem pretty cool. You know what you want. That's something that I never had.
I don't, Dante. I don't remember what happiness is. I can remember feeling happiness at one point in my life, but I no longer remember what it felt like.
I'm really sorry. I don't...
You deserve better than this. For yourself.
Well, then what am I supposed to do?
And I see the way you look at Rennie. You deserve better than this for Rennie, too.
He's not gonna have to deal with this. This is on me. Oh, okay, it's on us. I need something. What am I supposed to do? I couldn't. I tried and I couldn't. I should have been able to, but I couldn't bring him back. I should have. You and them, everyone else in this party, if I was there, which I should have been, Cassius would be alive. That's it.
Might not be true.
I could no. I have a spell that if even if I couldn't stop the actual death, I could have. If I was immediate, I could have stopped it from being able to be given away, so that I could have got
Dante,
the diamond
stop.
to.
Stop. You can, if I was, if this, if that, all you want, that might not change the actual outcome. That is what I'm trying to tell
Could have
you.
done something instead of nothing, which is exactly what I did.
Cassius made his own choices in life. You are making your own choices in life. I'm trying to tell you to be better than Cassius and be better than I am.
I don't think Cassius chose death. Do you?
Cassius chose death.
Well, I didn't. Why didn't I get a choice of any kind?
Sometimes we don't get a choice.
That's not fair.
It's not. Life is not fair.
Can't it be sometimes? Like just once or twice? Just when it's people that you care about? Can't it be fair just a little bit?
I wish I could tell you that it could be, but life is merciless.
Then what?
All you can do is try to be the best version of yourself that you can be.
I don't know what that is.
I don't either, but I'm telling you, this is not it. You have to let yourself feel.
I don't feel anything. Other than anger right now.
Dante, I don't feel anything. You don't want this for yourself. It will ruin you.
But you're stronger.
I'm physically stronger,
Not just that.
but what's in here is not strong.
That can't be true. I see how you deal with situations. I fumble. I jump from thing to thing. I mess up all the time. You are so pointed. You're so clear. You see something, you say something, you do something. It doesn't feel like you have anything blocking you or stopping you or thinking about you. You just do things.
Because I am at a point in my life that I don't care if I live or die.
Maybe I should be the same thing.
No.
That'd be better. Maybe if I had that, I'd be better at taking care of the people that I care about.
I was not.
I didn't mean it like that. I just...
If you could see what is in here, I think you would understand. This is not what you want for your life.
I can see what's in there, and I don't think... I guess I could, but...
If you want to see what is in here and you think this is what you want, be my guest.
I do want to know what happened. But not without you saying that it's okay.
You can see. Go ahead. I want better for you in life than what I have done to myself.
Can I look inside?
You may.
I cast Detect Thoughts.
On the surface, it's just general concern. A sense of static.
Static.
Do you want to dive deeper?
I'll ask for permission. I don't want to do this if...
You have permission to go as deep as you want.
Thank you. I just need to see. I'll go deeper.
And you do not resist?
No.
Alright. The first memories, as you're diving deep into their mind, it's very recent events, but it's as you're going through it all, you feel like your entire body is numb. You know, in a different sense than
Yeah.
you feel
Familiar.
normally. This is as if, well, Dante, you haven't been able to feel pain. You can't even feel your own hand when you make a fist. And, oh, well, a lot of these memories are familiar. What is different is you are seeing from Koski's perspective him just drinking by himself after the party has gone to sleep most nights before passing out himself, and sometimes in a bar, sometimes in his room, but always by himself. And when he's doing so, he's usually looking at this damaged ring that he wears on a loop around his neck. And then there's a sudden flash of violence, just horrific violence that can only be seen in war. Or some mass carnage event. And in this violence you see the charred corpse. And then you see a silhouette of a woman standing behind the corpse. Thaddeus, you know what is going to happen to me, and you are not going to stop it. And then you start to feel angry. The angriest you have ever felt. And you are looking through Koski's point of view as you are sailing from Rusonavia to Elduris. You are just so tunnel visioned on the coastline that you don't even realize this creature has crawled up the side of the boat until it's already attached to your face, trying to rip your eye out. And you don't care. It's when you hear that same phrase from the same voice amongst another flash of violence, carnage, and seeing a charred corpse, that you put the effort in to just grab it off of your face, even though it's dug into the flesh, and just rip it off, throw it back into the sea. And through a guttural scream, another flash of this carnage. And then the anger that you feel fades into the deepest sadness and sorrow you have ever felt. You feel the hot tears running down your face. And you see through Koski's eyes in Rusonavia, not angry, not drunk. You see the surroundings of a fort with a palisade wall. You see it is in chaos. You overhear conversations talking about an attack and multiple assassinations. You can tell that the attack was very quick and very violent. And you're seeing from Koski's point of view, as he is searching frantically for his two friends, Sputin and Diouville. It's unclear if they're missing or dead. You overhear discussions of people abandoning their posts. And you don't even recognize who it is telling you, but someone gets your attention. And they remind you that you were supposed to protect her.
I did not just feel it protecting her, I felt it protecting them.
And not... Koski says that, but you say it at the same time. And again, the flash of violence.
Thaddeus, you know what is going to happen to me and you're not going to stop it.
And the sadness fades to warmth and happiness. It's the happiest time of your life. These flashes of violence still happen more and more frequently as you're going through these memories. You're immersed in the happy memories of Koski. And you see Gwen. A petite elf with long, icy blonde hair and bright blue eyes. And it's her voice that matches the echoing voice from the flashes. You see how they met, that Koski was assigned to be her guard. You see Gwen sharing her favorite bard tales with Koski. Many of the ones that you've heard Koski repeat. And you feel Koski hanging on every word. See how different they were. Gwen was excitable, sassy, and Koski was quiet and patient, if not a little stubborn. It's very different from the Koski you know. You see happy family dinners with her family. You see Koski being warm and caring. You see yourself in a mirror through Koski's perspective. It's a young Koski, fresh, bright-eyed. Looks like he's far less haggard than he actually is. And you see Koski give Gwen a ring as they celebrate their engagement. And you can feel Koski's excitement to be a father. And those are the happiest memories. And then there is an extremely sudden shift to the most unbearable pain you have ever felt. It is the origin of these flashes. You see the attack. You see about 12 figures in total running throughout the fort, cutting down friends, cutting down whoever is getting in their way as they are just rushing towards Gwen and her family. You see yourself running to intercept them, putting yourself between Gwen and this masked figure. The mask is seared into not only Koski's mind, but now yours. It is a knot of various tentacles that look like a beard, but then wrap around the sides of the face to almost turn into horns. And you see another figure charging alongside them towards Gwen's family. This one wearing a very sleek silver mask with a single eye hole. And you see antlers sprouting from their head. The figure rushing at you, the one with the tentacle mask, you're raising your axe to cut them down. And they flip their hand up, and you get flung maybe 30, 50 feet, you're not sure, until you hit a wall and are knocked unconscious. And when you come to, you see carnage and a burning home. This fort has been your home. The walls are now scarred with soot and ash, and bodies have been burned. And you find yourself crawling towards one body with a very familiar ring on its finger. And that is when you hear the echoing voice. Thaddeus, you know what's going to happen to me, and you are not going to stop it. That is when the pain becomes too overwhelming. It is the most intense thing you've ever felt. Not a physical pain, but a mental anguish that will not go away. And that is when you tear yourself from Koski's mind for the relief that is the numbness that you know.
I'm sorry.
I want more than this for you.
I'm so sorry.
You deserve more in life than that.
I didn't know. I'm so sorry.
Do not be sorry for my failures, but do prevent your own.
How?
Let yourself feel. Let yourself process. And let your friends help you.
How do I do that for you?
I think it is too late for me, but for you it is not.
Can't be too late. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Let us go back to the others. Let us not dwell on this memory.
I give Koski a hug.
Take the hug.
And you stand there for a moment,
As long as he'll let me.
a minute,
Okay.
as long as is needed,
Okay.
before joining your other two companions.
I just don't like the way it rests on your face, you know? I mean, I'm around all day with that thing on. It's
Right.
miserable.
Imagine, it makes it hard to breathe.
Now, no, it opens your face open. It's wood on face for like hours.
It has to be wood.
No, I mean, mine's wood. I don't want to bust out more than I have to. You kidding?
Right, but it's on your face all day. Might as well be cool.
I don't know. Just feels like a scam, honestly.
I guess. Wait.
Attention passengers, we'll be arriving shortly. You got about 15 minutes to get your things ready before we make port.
Do we see the eponymous sky shore from here?
Yeah, so you're starting to see the... Let me get the correct music. So you're starting to see these spires of stone up ahead. They look small, but you guys are going fairly quick. 15 minutes on the water. You'll cover a good amount of ground with how fast the barge is moving.
Right.
You can see these shapes floating around the city. They look different than what you're used to seeing just levitate in the sky. It doesn't look like a ship. Doesn't look like a beast. Hadrian, you would know these to be some of the more militarized skyships that are stationed here at the capital. Where a normal skyship will look like a galleon with sails both above and below. These skyships look closer to a submarine with a large glass bulb as the bridge at the front. There are 3 that are stationed in permanent fixtured spots throughout the city. One to the west, one to the east, one to the north of it. You know those to be the main city defenses, as they are filled to the brim with cannons.
Have I ever seen one like fire?
You have only seen it fire during a ceremony. It was deafening.
Well, yeah, those things do pack a punch.
You're pretty sure it could punch through any dragon's hide and just shoot it out of the sky.
You want to avoid being on the business end of one of those. You know, if you can help.
If you had to guess the size of those cannons, probably a good 40-foot barrel.
Large.
Right, I want one. 40-foot barrel.
Like long?
These are battleships, essentially.
Okay.
You also see one of these ships. It's larger than the other bombardment ships. And it is slowly making its way around the city, and you know that to be the HMS Palace. That is the Queen's Castle.
Yeah. You can see why we don't think too fondly of her.
We're aligning ourselves against that?
I mean, you know, it's fine. Probably won't fire in the city.
Probably.
Probably.
You do know all the cannons do face outward.
Okay, so cannons are facing outward, right?
Yeah. Well, the tour guide said.
Oh.
There's a few other ships of note that you notice that are not like other sky ships, but you do also see a small highway of sky ships coming from what you're assuming to be foreign lands, in, out, further overhead. Seems like this is a trade hub, an international one.
And if we're lucky, in the morning, we might even see something besides a skyship. Like the sun, for once.
Lots of people traveling out of the city.
In, out, all the time.
You see a lot more traffic above you than on the sea. And as you are getting closer, you're seeing these are some really tall spires. And
You don't mind heights, do you?
I've fallen off my fair share.
Trains.
We have stories to tell.
well, as you guys are seeing the true scale of this city, you're starting to realize you haven't seen any buildings yet.
Not much
There's
of
no
this.
buildings on the water. There's no buildings on the sides of these spires. You do see a couple of crane lift systems coming from the docks that are built around the base of some of these spires. The other thing you notice is as you are looking over the rail of the barge, the wake of the ocean, just the waves, for how far out you are, they should be crashing against these pillars.
Mm-hmm.
But you see the waves just diminish. A good 100 feet out from the base of Annie's Spire. To the point where it's just simply lapping against the pillars of stone.
How'd they manage that? Those tour guys at magic.
Look, if it's not magic, it's probably something blessed by the architect. All I know is that it works a little too well, honestly.
Did you say the architect?
Yeah.
A real thing? Or is
Yeah.
you're just making that up?
No, they're all the gods are real. Smart guy. Even your weird one.
Gods are real.
You would know, probably just because Corvo would have taught you rather than knowing by being in the city,
Mm-hmm.
the smallest of these unique ships, called the HMS Stormbreaker,
Stormbreaker.
keeps any harmful weather effect, be it rough seas to
Blizzard.
storms. It is clear skies well in the vicinity of this city. That is a stationary ship above the center of town.
Yeah. Tiny. Looks nice.
Is it bad that my first thought was, okay, now I know how to break the city. Just gotta turn off two things.
I don't know if that's gonna work out well for us.
Wow.
You didn't do the above the table thing.
Yeah, sorry.
Is it-
Oh god, sorry.
This can't be in character.
But once the barge docks and everyone starts to get off, you see a line form at this tiny shack. And behind it you see, or behind the counter of it, you see a figure wearing a white porcelain mask with a bit of a wedge covering the lower face and just simple eye holes. There's very little detail on it. Tricorn hat and black cloak. You would know this to be the uniform of the Faceless Guard. Guard regiment that protects this city and the Queen.
I'd say something nice, but honestly, I just can't bring myself to say much at all. I guess they're good at the job.
What?
Seems like she's still kicking.
Also,
Now-
just good etiquette.
Yeah.
Hadrian, you've lived here. Do you have a custom mask that you...
Yeah. Yeah. So Hadrian, from his pack, pulls out this beat up wooden half mask. Hindsight, from it isn't a view, but it's got like pale green chipped paint, and like a broken horn. You can definitely tell that it's weathered and beaten, and old, but it's functional.
Okay.
I like it.
Why?
Not sure
upper
why.
half of
Yeah,
face?
upper half.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
I'm not
stylish.
sure why I like it, but I like it a lot.
Then he throws up his little orange cowl. Just, all right, don't get too attached. Remember, yours has been worn by everybody and their mom.
Now,
What?
What?
as you guys would get in line, is there anything you would want to discuss before getting your masks, or...
You alright?
Yeah. Yeah.
No. What did we just talk about?
No, not okay. We can talk about it later. I'm not feeling great. Where I am right now.
I'm proud of you.
Seem weirdly nasty all of a sudden.
Harder to breathe all of a sudden.
Right, this is, of everything that's happened, this is a touch concerning.
Right.
I say that under my breath, just so like.
Just a heads up for when we're in there. One, really gotta emphasize, don't talk smack about Her Highness.
Well, you said she's a
Feel
bad
like-
person.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like you're the
Jeez.
biggest problem on that one.
Yeah, I don't care.
Look, I got by for about a decade or so. I managed myself for a bit. But, because you never know who's listening. And two, if you get lost, head to the leaky ladle. It's not great, but, you know, don't cause trouble. Just call it base.
Okay.
Three,
Sure.
gotta emphasize that first one again. Really don't say anything suspicious or else you're gonna
I
get...
wasn't gonna, but now that you keep saying it over
I
and over
gotta
again, it makes me
emphasize.
thinking
I'm
about
trying
it.
to drill it into your head, alright? If you think
Don't
about
tell
it,
someone not to
just-
think about something, okay? That's terrible.
I just really need you to trust me on this
God,
one.
now I want to talk about it so much.
Alright. And four, just remember to have a good time. You know, you don't get to come to the capital often. Yeah. No, don't have a good time. We're here to do business.
Okay.
Wow.
Is that number 5 or?
You get the point.
Quick correction for you. Laughing Ladle.
Laughing Ladle.
That's number 6.
No, that was
What,
correction
you?
to number 2.
Number 4.
Oh, they had to rebrand.
I'm not great with numbers.
we
if I'm
all-
being honest.
What's the most important rule?
So, who would like to... Would any of you like to be the first in line for the masks? Or do you all just want to go up as a group?
Doesn't go. Is there a line?
Yeah, is there like a
You've
line?
been in a line,
Alright.
but it's like ordering a bunch of food for friends
have
versus
a-
one individual.
Yeah, right.
I have a yellow mask with a yellow trim on the side, and then I'll take a green with an. You guys want anything? Is this for you?
Oh, wait. Welcome
Yo.
to Skyshore.
Hi.
Is this your first time visiting?
Mm-hmm. So, do you have any big masks, like ones that are bigger than my face, that make me look like bigger? I heard when you go out to get some
You are
beers-
looking for a rental mask.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Sorry.
Yes. We have rentals here. If you wish to buy a custom mask, you can do so at any of the mask shops we have in the actual city. But for now, we have rentals for those who are visiting.
Yeah.
What is your preference, tragedy or comedy?
Tragedy.
He hands
Just
you
for
a
the
very
day.
simple tragedy mask.
Oh. Oh, okay. Just a little sad. It's fine. Reflects the inside.
Do please look here, and you will see there is a. You thought this was like a mannequin in the background of the store, and then you'll see it turn its head, and it'll turn its body, and you'll see its arms are split down the middle,
Oh God, are you okay?
and you'll see it was hunched over. But from the way it was standing before, it could have passed as just a mannequin.
Sure.
And it'll walk over, and its face looks too human.
I hate that.
Uncanny.
The valley.
Please look right here, and he's going to point right between its eyes,
Okay.
and you'll see its
I don't
face
see
will,
anything.
and you see what looks like a telescopic lens.
Oh, it's a camera. What's that?
And your mask has now been registered to your identity. Please fill out this form.
The tragedy mask is part of my identity. This
No,
means something.
this is knowing who has possession of what mask.
And whether they're sad or happy.
It is personal preference of what you wish to wear on your face.
Oh God. So I've chosen to be sad.
And
It's
he will
not that
pose the
deep,
same
son.
question to both Reniel and Koski. Tragedy or comedy?
Let's go with comedy.
No, you both have to do it. Here comes the threes. It's not hard.
Why? Oh, tragedy. Just yeah. Whichever one's gonna fit my face.
And again, the mechanical creature just gets a straight on view of both of you.
Are they comically small for our heads? Like, is it just on the tip of Koski's snoot?
Yeah, it's just the nose.
It's not getting the top
So-
of my head.
I love the
You
concept
bring up
of
a good
Koski
point.
being like this with a mask.
I imagine this just resting on top of the snout like a mask for a dog, like almost like Robin's mask for like
Yeah.
Batman and Robin. You know what I mean?
Or it's like on the side, like it's a.
We will consider this mask temporary. I will get
You should really buy your
something
own. It's
better.
just nothing else is gonna sit right on your face.
Yeah, like you can see the top of the forehead and the bottom of the. You know, it's just like
Can't
on the
emphasize
rounded
how
and
many
it's
people
just-
wear these. So
Well, to make sure you know of the rules if this is your first time, a part of the law is that in a public space, one must have their identification visible, and it must cover at least one half of one's face.
Is that 2 rules or?
If
It's a
it
qualifier.
covers less, it is not easily visible enough for any of the enforcers to recognize, and it could accidentally trigger a protection response.
Okay, but you kind of gave us masks that cover like quarter of our faces. Do we need
Do
more
we
than
get
one
another
for
one?
this?
Will like a bandana do?
Or are we good to go buy one?
May I?
Yes.
You will take the mask, and you'll see the bottom of it can come off, so it can sit above the snout.
Okay.
Why? There you go.
that's just how I like to wear mine. I don't put this much effort into my beard not to not show it off.
Just gonna.
That's fair.
My
If
my
you-
trunk is being used to keep the lower half on.
Just up like this.
If you have any safety concerns, you can approach any of the faceless guard, and we shall assist you.
Sure.
Please do not cause trouble. Yes.
That was the only law in the city? Just to be clear.
That's the big
It
law
is-
in the city.
the laws that are not the same throughout the
Okay,
rest of the
okay.
kingdom.
Okay, okay, you said there's one law. I was like, okay, well.
There's one law that you should know about.
Right.
That was always that.
Don't sass the god.
Now, I haven't been back here in about half a decade. Port's still the same way?
I'm not
Do you wish to
saying-
get to the city or just...
Yeah.
We have installed new cranes.
Okay.
Just this way. And he'll point you towards a elevating crane.
Lovely.
How does it work?
We'll find out together.
Okay.
Straight up an elevator,
Yeah.
but open air. There are railings.
Okay. That's something.
Yeah. It's just... You're getting elevated quite high into
Sure.
the sky.
I think a few
Or
seconds
deep
in,
part.
Reniel is prone on the ground. Just out of like, just I need
You mean
to
you're
be
not
safe.
yeeting yourself off this?
Yeah, this is to prevent
Yet.
myself from. It's
I got
ominous. It's ominous.
fine.
It's just
I go to the edge and I'm just like looking directly over.
like shaking.
I don't.
Like the entire platform is shaking out of like.
Please don't do it. It's if I hear another creak, I'm gonna get nervous.
I don't really hear anything. It's fine. What was it? Let me know when we're done. Let me know when we're
Yeah,
done.
see, it's still creaking. Now I'm
And
nervous.
then the crane starts to turn to...
Is it possible for me to like rock it a little bit?
Why is it turning? Why is it turning?
Are you okay with this?
Yes.
I'm like gripping onto it.
Fine.
And it
wow.
will
Rails.
eventually place you about 250 feet higher than you started,
Sure.
on top of one of the smaller spires here.
Great.
Welcome to Skyshore. You see a multitude of people, almost all of them having their own custom mask. You see a couple other rental masks around. But this seems like it is the main gate of the city, essentially. You see multiple faceless guard operating the crane and the lights. You see a couple of people walking along various paths along the edge of the spires. You see a couple of bridges going from spire to spire. But one thing that piques some of your curiosity is the tiny metal boats going in between the spires. No larger than well, a gondola.
I was gonna say
Sky gondola.
You see the metal hulls, and you see figures standing in the back of each of these boats using what looks like a quarterstaff, but when they point an end towards one of the spires, you'll see that end extend until it hits the spire, and they're pushing themselves and it retracts. And you see people hailing some of them, and they'll pull right up to the side of the spire. People get in, and they continue on their way.
Right.
Welcome to Skyshore.
That's sick. Whoa. Okay. Great. I want one. We're stealing one, right?
No, can I emphasize that's a questionable course of action?
That was above the table.
I just like talking in this voice.
Right.
Oh no.
So like, I think someone's gonna have to like
Do you need a license? to
drag
drive one of those?
Renio like from the. I was like, are we on the
wait.
ground, Jack?
Why can't we take it?
Oh, one thing at a time. First,
Right.
we're here. Get up.
Okay,
Come
great.
on. You can open your eyes. It's as close to solid ground you'll see. Come on.
Hey Trunks, look, there's a gondola.
Okay, we're gonna. Come on. Okay,
Are you okay?
we're good.
Yeah,
Fine.
it feels like you're essentially on the ground unless you get near the edge and actually look down.
I get near the edge.
Remember how I asked you how you are with heights? That was not just topic
That
of
went a lot
conversation.
faster than
Yeah.
when we're that high.
It's called Skyshore. I don't know what you were expecting.
Trunks, look, we're really high.
Well, I'll take your word for it.
Come here.
I'm okay from here. Just you be careful. It's really close to the edge.
I would like to buy a real mask. This one smells like cheese and cigarettes.
Yeah,
there's
let's
still
get you something
so
that's
much
not
hair
high.
in this one.
I like mine.
I really tried to give you the heads up on that.
So many eyelashes.
What
It's
were we
just-
gonna do? Make masks on the boat?
Yeah,
What?
What?
doesn't have to be fancy. You think this is something I paid for? Come on. All right, come on, let's get you somewhere.
Sure.
So, there are a couple small mask shops that don't have much in the way of selection that you guys go through. But when you ask any random person on the street who has their own mask, a lot of them are pointing you towards a shop called Scoundrel's Folly.
That's a cool name for a shop for masks.
And after getting some directions, walking through just a small part of the city, you find a single-story building with a very simple sign on the front, Scoundrel's Folly, and you see a tragedy and comedy mask on either side, as well as what look like thousands of minuscule hand-carved variations of unique masks in the background.
We should go in there.
Yeah. Plus, it's nice to shop local, you know.
Yeah, shop local.
Shop local.
Hey, like a local game store, for instance.
As you enter inside, ding, 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 there is a proper bell on the door, and it smells different than other just places you guys have been so far. It smells clean and almost like a minty,
Like perfume?
yeah, very perfumed.
Okay.
I like the brimstone. This is like, you know what I mean?
No, I
I
don't.
will be with you in just a minute. And a gnome comes around the corner, but you see he's in a harness of some kind with almost bird-like legs on it, so that he is looking Koski in the eye.
Hey there.
Is it a mech kind of thing? It's like an actual like
Tiny little
mechanical.
neck, yeah.
Okay.
It's just
So-
legs.
Are his little feet dangling? His like actual little feet?
Yes.
So my friends are new to the city, and they'd like to get something of a mask of their own.
You're so tall.
Don't. Yeah, they're very new.
Pleasure. My name is Giovanni.
Dante.
Would you like a mask as well, my friend?
No, I'm happy with mine.
To each their own. Now, would you like something pre-made or custom?
Can we see what you guys have pre-made?
Of course. Please, if you would follow me.
Shape.
And he leads you beyond the entryway into the shop proper. And you see a wall of a couple hundred masks. All of them very stylized. You see ones that remind you of birds, some that remind you of various reptiles. You see some that don't really remind you of anything and are just abstract shapes put together. You see some with multiple faces on them. You see some that look more expensive than all the money you have put together.
Right.
I want that one.
You see some that look very simple. What might I ask are you looking for?
Well, looking around, is there like we have tragedy and comedy, but is there like a kind of theme to like the masks present, or are they kind of? It's pretty eclectic.
It's
Like,
everything under the sun that you're
Right.
essentially seeing, and
Do you want
looking
some
at him,
advice?
he has the feel of a tailor.
Right.
You get an idea that he's just as comfortable making something custom.
Can I have that one? The one that's just all black with the it also has a broken horn and I like that.
Of course.
It's-
And
it-
he'll hand it to you. It's a little big for you, but
Yeah.
just see. And he'll just make a hand motion, and you'll see it start to shrink down to the size of your face.
Did Dante make that sound?
Yeah, Dante loves that song.
Yeah.
That's what Dante says all the time.
It's a character choice. So he's always done that.
Yeah, it's played since episode 1. Come on.
Yeah, episode one.
Are
Shut
there
the fuck.
any like leather non-porcelain masks?
Yeah. There's leather masks, there's wooden masks, there's porcelain masks, there's a few that look like they're made of metal. And you see, they're not just made for a humanoid head, they're made for all shapes, all sizes. There's a couple Koski that you would see that are curious, might be the shape needed to properly fit a minotaur's head. It reminds you a little bit of like racing horse blinders.
But is it leather?
It is leather.
Oh. Don't forget, you're probably going to want to pick up 2 more for your friends in a little thing. Don't want them popping out at an inopportune time.
What?
You brought it up. You can do that.
I'll take care of it.
Thanks.
Are they plain? The minotaur-sized ones? They're only with like just some nice filigree. Nothing too fancy.
There's one that has some filigree to it. It's gold, it's almost in the shape of a dragon on the forehead, and it comes down like wings to the side of the face.
We'll take that one.
Ooh.
Very well. Here, let me... And he'll place it on, and again, same hand motion so that it sizes to you, and the tail of the dragon actually goes down the back of your scalp until it is just over the nape of your neck.
How much is this one and his?
For the 2 masks, I will charge you a gold apiece. These ones are fairly simple. These.
I will pay for both.
They only have 5 gold. They might as well pay the one. Okay.
As I'm looking around, are there masks that extend down to like a trunk, almost like segmented or hanging from?
Give me an investigation check.
Okay, my dice. D20.
Oh, right. My bad.
To investigate
Take a bus through.
into the cookie.
Oh, into the cookie.
Okay, 16.
That is great.
16. You find a mask that looks like a variation on a plague doctor's mask,
Sure.
except instead of the beak going out, it is angled downward until it is maybe at the length of your sternum.
Right.
Oh, wow.
And it still comes to a point, so it would be over your trunk, but your trunk is long enough to where it would still stick out.
You know, I'm pretty sure that's meant for dwarven beards, but I think you're working it real well.
I think so. We might have to go for something
This is
close.
what we do when we're.
Yeah, we're in mask. This is the entire time.
Wait, but how do I go above table?
You turn it upside down.
I'll
It's just,
help you.
there you go.
This is what we're doing the whole time?
This is good. Okay, great idea, great idea.
This is perfect. There's literally
Well,
nothing
it
that
won't
can
be
go wrong.
cumbersome at
No,
Not at all.
This is actually perfect.
This is great.
You have a table full of like arms flying all over.
Audience participation.
Right.
Producer Gutman's here with
Sky Shore is just a giant voguing session.
Right. I don't know. How long would it take to do a custom mask?
that would depend on what you're looking for. If you wish for something very intricate and detailed, and depending on the material that you want, it could take me upwards of 2-3 days to get the custom mask going.
What about just modifying one?
Modifying I can do a bit more cheaper.
Like this one with the longer nose. Maybe you can have the nose part truncated so I can rest it on my trunk,
Truncated.
like little segments.
Be better.
And actually, can I point to? I'm sure there's like a sugar skull painted one. You know, like those Day of the Dead style masks.
Yeah.
But can you like style it or to make it look like that? Kind of like the celebration.
So you want the long nose to
kind of be almost like be plated, and then
Okay.
and then porcelain, but there's like almost like floral designs
Floral
around it, like
patterns.
but there's like black on the eye holes, black to where the teeth would be.
I can do that. You wish it to be done to this mask?
Sure.
All right. I can take it into the account of the purchasing of the mask. I would need you to come back
What's his
tomorrow
mask?
morning.
What's his mask look like?
So the mask you're seeing, I should have described that. The mask you see him wearing, it is just a mirror,
Oh,
a full face mirror.
rad. Cool.
Wait,
Well-
mask can be anything?
Can
Just gotta cover your face.
right.
Potato sack will do in a
Yeah.
pinch.
Give me 1 minute.
Can you make 2 of those? One a little bit bigger for my mom. More flowers on that design.
I can. It will up your cost, but
That's fine. And then is there a generic orc? I'm looking around for one that would fit Horus. There's one that's shaped like a horse. And I picked that one out for him.
You're getting Horus a horse mask?
Why? Like his name?
just horse head.
Yeah, just a horse head. But it's like it's styled like those chess piece horses, like a knight.
Isn't he more into squirrels?
Is he?
No.
Pretty sure he's more into squirrels than.
Is there a
Is there a
squirrel
squirrel
mask for
mask?
him? Oh, for sure.
There's gotta be a squirrel mask.
I can make a mask shaped after a squirrel, but
With fur. He's gonna love that.
this is a new challenge for me.
If I may ask,
Hey, could you quote us on
what's
that?
the cost of a custom
Right.
mask for my new friends here?
The cost of a custom mask is going to be 5 gold per mask.
Say less.
That's all I have. I can do it.
At least the ones you have described.
Sure.
If you wish for other material or something a bit more detailed,
Right. A nice clean porcelain. Oh, can you make out of bone?
I could do bone. Do you have a specific bone in mind? Do you wish dragon bone? Do you wish...
I point to like just.
Oh, you wish for ivory?
Right. You gotta have Fonte dentists around here somewhere. These just pop off.
No.
No, they don't.
No, absolutely not how that works.
Also, he's
I
trying not to
know.
harass the shop owner for their time. They got a business to run.
I can make it out of ivory. It is going to up the cost.
Right. Are elephants a thing?
Yes.
Like animal elephants? Okay.
Is it
They don't.
legal
Yeah.
to make ivory?
Why would they be endangered here? There's elephant people who can hunt instead.
Well, sure.
That was it. We didn't do the table thing. That was interesting.
Ivory is legal.
It's
It
like
is.
extravagant.
There are no native
Has to be imported.
pachyderms in Elduris.
Pianos exist.
It is imported.
Well, it's ironic.
If you wish for them to be made, for the both of your masks to be made of ivory, it will cost you probably closer to 15 gold each.
I'll just stick to porcelain. It's pretty cool. Gets to the point.
What are we getting for Kaita?
Oh, I already described something similar to mine,
okay,
but with
okay.
more flowers and design.
I've
What do you
changed
think?
my mind.
Well, what do you think?
I think that's great. I just it needs to be something that can
Right.
like I don't want them to pop out and then be
Just
like
go pop.
and then immediately like,
Well, apparently, like
you
a
know.
bag with holes will work. Right. A touch gauche, but
It
like,
would.
you won't get arrested.
There is one matter of before I take your payment for the masks, we do need to make sure they are under the registry, else you might
Are
run
you-
into trouble outside.
Are you only registered? Is one person only allowed to be registered to one mask at a time? Or is it like,
Yes. Part of my work is making sure that each mask has a unique quality to it that
Right.
identifies it.
Were you changing your mask, Dante?
Well, it depends on if it can be done. Okay, so I want mine to be also glass, but then there's another layer of glass, and then there's like liquid in between that moves around.
I can do this.
An LCD mask.
This will be.
with fish? We go fishing it.
Something like that.
This will likely be upping the cost a little bit.
That's okay. I don't
Was
have
there any particular liquid that you had in mind?
like a dark inky fluid of any kind.
Or blood?
Okay, well, I don't know.
Gods give me strength.
No, I was thinking like you're not in here with me kind of thing. You know what I mean, or whatever. you're not in
I'm
here.
not-
I'm not in here with you.
Rorschach.
yeah.
Right. Oh,
Yeah.
just like that play.
Just like that play.
I can do
Classic.
something of the like.
Who perceives
That-
the perceiver me?
Type of mask work will likely take me closer to the end of tomorrow to finish, if not the morning after. But
I don't have much gold, but I do have. No. Is that worth more or less?
How much is the difference?
that will depend on
It is.
what I need to do to make this mask. It is a new challenge for me, so you see him go over to a counter, pull out an abacus, and just start doing some math and calculations.
Old school.
For a mask of these sorts, that will likely cost you closer to 20 gold.
Is that 2 platinum
It's pretty. It's just about right. Exactly. 2 platinum.
or 8 platinum? Which one?
You were right the first time.
Dang it.
How'd you get 8?
Slice it.
Oh, do not worry, I will take the payment upon.
You take it now.
No, I will not say no.
Oh yeah. I also take the opportunity to pay for mums and horses.
No. I will be able to get you your masks.
Mhm.
I can only work on so many at a time, so if I am doing all of these at once, it's going to be a couple of days.
I suppose prioritize mine and his. You're getting a custom mask. You're not getting a custom mask. You're getting a premium
No, I'm
one?
fine buying one from the wall.
Right. So yeah, prioritize mine and his, I guess. Because we don't have to.
It'll be gone once it comes over to me, don't worry.
No, because I am an adult, I don't need anything flashy.
They're adults. That's pretty flashy.
I only doubt it because I saw the mirror. Isn't that cool? By the way, great mask.
Thank you. Well, I shall get to work then.
Yeah.
We shall.
Koski needs to register his new mask.
Yeah, so it's the registering process for anyone who did buy one before leaving. And it's the same process. It is. This one doesn't have a full body, it's just a head that just looks.
That's worse.
TSA pre-check.
And
Stop.
Global
Well,
entry.
some of you now have a more unique look to you while in this city.
Pretty cool.
Hadrian's just hanging out outside, just waiting for time to. No! You killed the monster! Just waiting for time to pass. Grieving the death of a silken friend.
Right. Actually, after like seeing their mass being registered, there's a determined look on Reniel's face, and he like rushes out to look for Hadrian. We should find some place we can talk. Maybe rest for the night. As much fun as this is, we're here for a reason, right?
Right, but the reason we're here for is best kept out of
Which-
any kind of public discussion.
Wait, what do you?
Yeah, would you know of a place where that can happen? Obviously, it's
Oh
try to find a room for the night.
The
As we're tired
laughing
visitors.
Consortium.
The laughing ladle liquid. Wait,
Like
I think you said it. What was it?
The laughing lady.
Sure.
Not a great place
We
to
were
have the
also
discussion.
directed
Good
to-
place to stay for the night.
We're also directed to 9 Cloud Inn
For your contact.
for sleeping.
Sure.
Contact
The
with
thing
the
we do at the
dreams.
end of the day.
Do I know that place?
So there's a couple of options for you. If you're looking for somewhere to get a room and stay the night, there's the 9 Cloud Inn. It's a comfortable inn. It's not too expensive. If you're looking for something a little more high class when it comes to staying, there is the Silk Dream, which is a very fancy inn. There is the Catnap, which is just a couple of silver a night. Might be a gold for the 4 of you, but it is.
Sure. I guess
It's a cheap option. It's usually like a halfway house for anyone just spending a couple days in the city and not planning to
Anyone ever
come
go
back.
missing from there?
Hmm?
Anyone ever go missing from there?
You've had a couple disappearances occur there.
vagabonds, travelers,
Um,
people won't be missed.
But we're not staying for more than. How long are we staying here?
We
As
might
long
be
as we
here a
need
bit.
to.
You know that the Laughing Ladle, it's not the best place to have like a. Well,
Treasonous
actually, no.
conversation.
It would actually be a decent place to have a conversation. It's kind of a little eclectic. It's not.
Just like us.
It's not a place that a lot of people go to on the daily, and those who do usually don't care what others say.
The regular crowd is a bit, well. We'll go. You can get a sense for yourself. I won't spoil the surprise.
Sure.
But yeah, those 3 inns are ones that come to mind, and the Laughing Ladle is a good place to get some food and talk. There's plenty of other breweries, some taverns, other establishments.
Is there a lot of magic establishments in this place, I assume? Lots of magic items, stuff, lots of cool places.
Yeah, there is. If you're looking around, there's one shop that. Well, there's a couple shops that would probably catch Dante's eye. There's Hullworks, which is airship repair and dealership.
Ooh.
You've got the Rocketeers, which is a fireworks shop.
Going there.
You've got Cogworks, which is a clockwork shop and smithy. Bittersweet, an alchemist and apothecary. Then the one you're probably really looking forward to is the Dragon Cache, which is a proper magic shop.
Wait, I don't have the money to go.
No, you're poor.
You mind?
But we can go there later.
You might also enjoy passing by the Honey Buns Bakery.
See, I do make the noise. It's in character. Let's see.
Well, I'm going to let you think on where you want to go. And we're going to take a break. We'll be back in a couple of minutes, everyone. Stay tuned. Welcome back, everyone. Now, before we get back into the game, we do have a couple of break shout-outs for everyone. Thank you to Lupon the Mailman, Forger343, Sadboy Robo, Rob Fitz 96, Zombies, and Dubious Timbo. Thank you, everyone, for watching. Now, where do y'all want to go? You're in Skyshore.
Let's go grab some
I'm feeling
food.
yeah, sure. Maybe someplace a little quiet.
No thanks, fireworks.
There's a touch of sensory overload. Fireworks, right? Opposite of.
A bit of sensory overload. Oh, okay. Well, fireworks.
It's extra. Maybe if my senses are overloaded enough, it'll go the other way. Just
Wait,
I don't think
no,
that's how
guys.
you
You know what we should do?
realize.
You know what we should do? Let's go to the magic shop.
Right.
We can't afford anything in there.
Sure.
But it'll be like what we can look. We'll come back later when we have stuff, and then we'll get that stuff. You know what I mean? And that'll be like hopeful, kind of.
I don't know.
You know what I want?
Looking at stuff you can't get just to know it's there just seems like.
You can steal it later.
It drives capitalism, though. So it's pretty.
Don't
much,
steal.
I'm pretty sure that's a rule.
Is that one of the rules?
I mean, that's just courtesy.
That is a law.
That hasn't
Yes.
stopped us before.
Okay, it's a law. I didn't know.
We'll follow your lead.
Well, my lead is my stomach, and it's telling me it wants to go eat on something. So
Shall we grab food?
Sure.
All right. So,
Koski doesn't mind beef, right?
I
One
can
thing he
hear you.
won't-
How was I supposed to?
That's the
It
one
might-
thing he won't eat.
It might be the one thing that he does mind, actually.
Right.
Just like anything else. I've never heard him complain about a single thing ever, except for one time.
I'm sure they have
It's
something
just-
for you. It's fine.
You're taking me to a steakhouse in Vancouver.
It's not explicitly a steakhouse.
Is steakhouse in the name?
No. Right. So,
Is there a steakhouse?
The producer says they want you to talk about steakhouses more, I think.
so
it's not a steakhouse. It's a
where are
steak
you
home.
going? Where are you going?
The laughing ladle.
All right. So, you're going towards this building. You have to go a couple of spires over to find it. It's closer to the outskirts.
So we're going on a couple gondolas.
You can take a gondola if you'd like. They are
We're
charging
not gonna be
you.
weird, right?
Is there such a to it? We can walk there. Right?
They are charging you a copper per person.
That's fine. You're not gonna be weird, right?
Right. How many people have fallen off this thing?
A non-zero number.
I asked the gondolier. What's his mask look like?
So you see a mask that looks, again, Plague Doctor-esque, except the beak is very thin
Right.
and corkscrews.
Rad.
We're going to be asking that a lot, aren't we?
It's still
Oh, yeah.
what's his name?
Yeah, we
you
don't-
better have
yeah.
so many.
Name. Who cares about their name? This is their name.
Yeah, it's essentially their name.
Corkscrew beak.
Corkscrew beak.
The
Glass
only
face.
time I've seen someone fall off was when they stood up and actively tried to roughhouse while we were moving. And then they were caught by an enforcer, so they were fine.
On the way down.
Yes,
Right.
Is that how that works? If we fall off, do we get caught?
likely.
Don't test that, please.
I'm just gonna be.
Look, there was a phase where play had come out and everyone wanted to be king of the world, and it was just a real mess. It just
Yeah.
let's keep our hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times.
I've seen that play. It's called
It's real
Big.
popular.
It's big.
Oh wait,
I'm like as deep as I can possibly get on the not seeing
You know,
the edge.
if the closer you are to the back and
Ears.
lean one way or the other, the more it tilts. So just try to stand still in the center.
Right.
you
Ears
guys
just
eventually
covering-
make your way to the Laughing Ladle. It's a 2-story building. If you were to just look up generic house,
Right.
Hold on.
that's what you see.
Generic.
It is the most
Italian
gener-
Renaissance.
Generic.
It's a
yes, generic Italian Renaissance house.
Oh, I see.
It is there's very few defining features other than
Its blandness is its most defining feature.
other than a single sign hanging from a post that looks like a ladle with a laughing face on it.
Okay.
I can see why they rebranded.
Steal yourself. Or knock.
I thought stealing was illegal.
You steal yourself.
So you knock, and the door just opens with a jingle. Hello, hello. And you see a scarlet red tiefling with one horn that goes up and over the scalp and curls up just at the back of the cranium, and another horn that curls around the side of their head. And the mask they're wearing is a domino mask that looks like it has a teardrop going down the cheek, as well as up onto the forehead on either side.
Moon.
Hello,
Hey there.
is that Hadrian?
Yes. What was your name again?
No.
Oh, it's sorry. You usually deal with my brother Max. I'm Max.
Hi. Max.
He just keeps shaking your hand.
Yeah, I got it. I got it.
Pleasure to meet all of you. And he will shake people's hands until you let go.
Never. I separate them. I violate this handshake. Just get out of there.
Oh, okay.
Continues to shake hands, goes to shake
My
Koski's hand
hand's
as
going
well.
on.
Koski will just look.
Don't be rude now.
Right. Max, nice to meet you.
You're the one interrupting the handshakes, and I'm the rude one?
Yes,
There's a certain amount of time where it goes past being a normal handshake.
my name is Max. I am the general caretaker here. My brother Max is the cook, and my brother Max is the butler here.
Anyone else hearing like a subtle difference? That I'm just. It's Max, and Max.
Hadrian,
Makes sense.
Yes.
Sure.
do you think I have the patience for this?
No, but that's exactly why we're here, because no one does.
We
So you want me to get us in trouble?
No. I'm just saying it's not for people who hang out.
If
here.
you're going to cause trouble, just be gentle. The furniture is very sensitive.
Oh.
won't cause.
Physically or emotionally?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh. Mood.
I cast
said,
calm emotions
it's
on
the furniture.
I just want you to know that whatever
Are you doing
happens,
that?
I
Does it work?
understand.
You hear a
Yeah,
general
I understand.
sigh.
From the furniture.
Okay, I can't sit down. Wait, I have to ask. May I sit on you, please?
The chair kind of adjusts.
Right.
Right.
I too ask for consent.
And it does so. You seemed confused by our names. My name is Maxwell.
Right.
My brother in the kitchen is Maximilian.
Love that for you.
And the butler's name is Maximus.
That makes it more confusing for me.
No, I got it.
I liked it before.
Max, and Max.
Appreciate it.
you have changed nothing. I stand by it. Whatever happens is your fault.
I know. Just try to. Deep breaths is what gets me through this.
Sure.
You chose to bring us here.
I know.
Yeah, because we wanted food, so
Would
we
you
gotta
all
go
like
to
a
Max.
table? Can I get you any food?
You just let the table come here.
Yeah, can we have the chairs take us to a secluded corner? Please.
There's only so many corners. That's a premium space.
Also, you were concerned about people listening, but literally all the furniture here listens.
Yeah, the furniture's not an arc.
They don't listen to.
Well, they're just
They
sentient.
take your orders, but
They
they
take our orders.
For food.
Fantastic.
yes, food,
Do a
drink,
whisper.
food, drink, whatever
Is the
you
floor
might
also
need from me.
sentient?
Yes,
What? Why?
the whole building,
Oh, the whole building is sentient.
Yeah.
everything inside.
That's the
They,
theme.
they are.
Didn't think to warn us of this.
It's just easier. You wouldn't have put it,
Just
believe
thought
me.
it would be funny joke.
No, it's no one ever believes the.
If it makes you feel any better, they do not really understand any words that don't involve food.
Oh,
look, Max, help you out. We're just gonna grab a booth, and we're trying not to escalate things.
Maybe don't grab
Okay.
it. That's not consensual.
They have
Right.
they have previously given consent to anyone to come in to sit down. They
Just standing.
if you have any orders you might like to put in, simply ask your plate. The message will get across.
Whatever is listening, please strongest alcohol. Please. Any sentient thing.
Does this include me?
You're barely sentient.
You notice a stein on the counter.
Also, just to be clear, do not try the gray stuff. It's not delicious. It's the special.
I'll have some gray stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna request it out of spite. Gray stuff, please.
Again, stop telling me not to do things. It's
Biggest
not
plate of gray stuff.
Do you see how mean I just was to him? I just had like a whole moment. I was nice before, and like, you've brought it back out. Again, your fault.
I don't know what moment you had.
Why would you do that? This is so nice.
Do you see how many people there are here, by the way?
And the stein starts making his way over to you.
Yeah, that's why it's a nice place to talk.
Okay.
Koski's already down in it.
This went from cute to
It tickles a little bit.
existential.
What's tickling?
What, sorry?
Yeah, what's
Sorry?
doing the tickling?
The stein.
The stein itself is tickling Koski.
No, it's like
Sorry, Ryan, go ahead.
a little bit. It's like tickling your lip a little as you're drinking. It's weird.
No,
And as you
no.
pull back, you see eyes on the stein. And a grin.
Uh-huh.
Is that mimic?
Congratulations, you've cured me of alcoholism.
Is that a mimic?
I could have done a lot of other ways, but
Who are you asking?
Just generally, not if you're a mimic.
Don't know what that is, but
So
cool.
Max will come out of the kitchen. You see a
This is
blue
Maximilian.
tiefling. This time, his horns, instead of the one back, one to the side,
It's the other way.
it is the
mirrors?
other way. The mask is changed a little bit. Now, instead of it being teardrop shapes, it's crescents that go down to the corners of the mouth.
Everything is delightful,
Oh,
except for this.
sorry, you had
doesn't mean
questions.
that. You're fine.
You were wondering if that was a mimic? The whole building is a mimic colony. We are mimic breeders.
Yep,
Sorry.
that's the theme.
Mmm.
The food's real.
The food is real.
Koski's gonna take his beverage out and pour it into his squirrel mug.
No offense. No
What if he
offense.
just doesn't let it go? No, you drink out of this. You're just like,
They are sticky.
Actually, we have bred them so that the adhesiveness is no longer functional.
You know what? It would be helpful if you stopped mentioning that you breed them.
Yeah, I don't want to
know
know
why.
what the furniture has done.
what's a mimic? Anyone doesn't know what a
A
mimic
mimic
is?
is a creature that can change its shape to look like a object. In the wild, they use it to lure prey. They are usually carnivorous, but we have. This is I think our
Guy.
9th generation.
That was pretty
We
good.
are very curious about mimics.
Look,
We
a little
like
curious
to.
is underselling it. We just want food.
No, you don't get to do that. You brought us here.
Right.
We get to do that.
It's a morbid curiosity.
You accept this.
Surprise specialties coming right up.
Yeah, gray stuff, please.
Thanks,
Extra
Max.
gray stuff.
Max is so nice.
Heavy on the gray stuff.
Max is my favorite of the Maxes.
Reniel has scooted over to the edge of their seat and essentially trying to make as little contact with the furniture as possible.
I
It's
grabbed
just-
a whole bunch of other furniture and brought it in.
There's this existential dread that both Noel and Reniel are sharing. At
You
this
do also
point.
see the wall.
Yep. This is okay. This is what we wanted tonight.
For he wonders,
This is what we all tuned in
is the
for.
restaurant made of flesh or is he made of restaurant?
Reniel is slowly rocking himself in his seat, and so is Noel. Just to. Right, sorry. Just bumping into. Okay, great.
I grabbed a whole bunch of plates and stuff, and I'm just holding a bunch here. It's like, oh my god.
Why are they squirming? Okay.
Because they're animals.
They get tins when you touch them.
I give them all
Please,
hugs.
please don't make
They
this
start to
worse.
purr.
They're
This is
okay.
so cute.
I'm back around. This is
Guys, so cute.
okay. Well,
Can we live here? Stay here? Sorry, I said stay here.
There's no beds.
I could be a bed.
If you don't want the
can you
bed,
be a bed? I talked to the player.
Don't make it
You
feel
see
bad.
it start to try and stretch.
It's okay, not now. Good job though.
She's a good job.
Please don't pet that turn.
Does it seem like there is anyone else around besides us seemingly sentient living things we are using as furniture?
Give me a perception check.
Can I borrow you dice?
Take my guidance.
Oh. Okay. So 19. Yeah.
At the moment, no.
Right.
Like I said, it's a good place to talk.
What about?
So,
So something came to mind as Koski was getting his identity kind of clocked, if you will, via mask. If
hey, if
Mr.
someone else walks in, can you just let us know?
Thanks. You see your spoon nod.
Right, just rattle a little bit if there's someone who might
Don't
be in
tell
your
him to
shop.
rattle. It never
Please.
ends well.
Or whatever if you want. You're doing a great job being a spoon.
Table starts to rattle a little bit.
I told you not to tell it to.
Okay, Rennie, you were saying.
So we're after Cross, right? If he's around, he must have had a mask tied to his face. How hard is it to fake your identity here? I imagine they have precautions for that.
For the average person, not terribly. But the more important you are, the easier it is to tell who's who. Harder it is to fake it all. That said, one convenient thing about this little system is the more unique your mask is, the easier it is to find. Provided you're close enough.
Right, he seems like the kind of tool who would get something extravagant. Is there any way to look that up? Like a registry for people's masks?
Not that I have access to.
Someone like the Faceless God would.
Oh, you don't want to deal with them any more than you have to. The unfortunate and boring answer is that that's a matter of bureaucracy. So unless you're good at documents, or know someone who is, there's not much of a way we're getting that.
Okay, I'll do it, but look, I don't necessarily want to.
What, besides?
But no contract law?
Well,
Why?
contract.
Explicitly.
I invent a contract into my hands out of flames. I can't read it, but
Can you read that?
I put it away.
Oh.
I guess I can do
Did
it
I
again.
read that?
It's an abyssal, but
What? The more I found out, the more I regret finding you strangers.
That was in character. It's like, what?
Nothing.
We're pleasant.
A drink, please. Anything with berries. Right. So,
Can I have some water?
you might have a shot at trying to finagle the right kind of paperwork.
Sure, it's just...
But as far as where, that's not ever been much of my,
Did they track if you enter or leave the city?
well, I
Is
mean,
it-
not more than any other regular city does. You gotta return your rental, so they'll know you're left, or at least got another one.
Here's a question: how big is this city?
It's big.
Yeah, but how big?
It's a lot taller than you think it is.
Yeah, but how many feet?
Alright.
Like across?
God?
God?
Right.
so its width is
You can do it in miles. I can do that.
For our international audience.
I don't actually have the width of the city written down. I have the shortest and tallest spires.
Sure.
Shortest is 200 feet, tallest is 500.
Okay. I was looking for so that I can get a diameter so that I can use, like when I use find person, I know if it's even possible to walk around the city with 1,000 feet in any direction. If I had a general idea and then just like find them that way.
Right.
Easier on a gondola.
Sure. Well, yeah, that would be the fastest way that I can get from one side to the other, like scan the city,
Sure.
would be ideal. But
Again, the issue is you gotta figure out what you're looking for. Without seeing it up close, the best you're gonna get is something from the
You
file.
can find a person, right?
yeah, so essentially,
The person themselves.
I can just find the person
The mask.
if they're within 1,000 feet of me for like
Yeah.
10 minutes. But like,
I don't know how that spell works for you, but my version ain't too big of a fan of barriers.
Sure.
I'm gonna
Mine
let you
doesn't
know.
care.
There's a disregard whatever I was gonna say.
Oh, it might be pertinent.
So, as far as for how find person would work, knowing what spell you're doing helps me get you the answer.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I said.
So, it would be difficult to cover the whole city is the thing.
Right.
Just because you can't go straight line down a street. You gotta get connecting bridges. And it's not quite dense enough to where the 1,000 feet in each direction would get you the whole city or anything.
Right. It is 1,000 foot like radius though, like from me out. So it's
You get the
It's still
sphere.
not gonna get the whole city.
no, I know it's not the whole city, but I was more talking about like
Scanning about.
if say I used a divination spell to figure out approximately, just like that way, and then I can just go that way till I hit them essentially. That was my plan, and then okay, honestly from there I don't know what I was gonna do, but that was my plan. You think there's a data, but actually, no reason. I actually, might be interested. Do you think they have like a database of all the masks and who owned them and stuff, and like, you think that exists?
Like
Look,
historical
I know
purposes.
that every mass seller in the city tells you they're like updating your information. I don't know if that's held anywhere. I couldn't imagine how many people it would take to look through all that stuff.
Do you know where it would be if it was being held somewhere?
Probably in the center, rather up high, if I had to guess.
Okay.
So Shannon is here. Shannon,
Oh, not close.
works for the inspector.
Oh,
She
why?
might be able to help us.
You
Okay.
spoke with Inspector Zaslin before we left R6.
Thank
Did
you.
he kind of give us any leads on?
He did, yes. At the Nine Cloud Inn, the
Max
place
comes over with drinks
I
for everyone.
previously mentioned.
Sure.
And now we are in a place with talking plates.
No, they're not doing much talking.
One more roll.
Probably for the best.
Sentient plates, is that better?
It's more accurate. I don't feel any better. Thanks for the water.
Was it the trunk going down?
Minimizing contact. It's just open gullet. Water
We're getting
falling.
short eventually.
Sure.
Well, you guys don't mind, right?
I love
They responded in the affirmative.
So what is the food that has been served?
Yeah.
So he came out with drinks. He starts to come out with a couple of plates of food. He places a bowl of fruit in the middle of your table. This is a courtesy from Max as a welcome first timers. And he places a bowl of a couple of apples that it's almost like there's gold flecks in the peel.
Ooh.
Oh my gosh.
And he also brings each of you a short glass of some amber-colored liquid.
Are you a mimic? I asked the glass.
An eye opens.
Cassie's gonna poke one of the apples.
But is the food mixed too?
Feels
No,
like
no.
feels like
The
an
food's
apple.
not mimics.
Yeah, I
How
would
would you
never eat
know?
Are
you.
you sentient?
I've been here awfully long enough to realize it.
No, those are something that we have gotten in fairly recently. These are called all-site apples.
All side apples.
Yes.
All-side apples.
The all-seeing apple, you can eat it and you can see things that are normally not as visible.
Like
And then these drinks we call Wizard's Brew.
what did they do?
Put it down.
What an amazing brew. And the mimic's cool too.
The Wizard's Brew, it does a couple of things. It really depends on who's drinking it.
Sure.
Oh, okay.
You gonna give me a ring next?
Yeah. Cheers. I drink it to see what happens.
Roll a d4.
I'll also tell you.
I apologize to the cup. I said okay, 2.
2.
Gulp.
So, you drink it. You just disappear for a moment,
For a moment.
and you find yourself just floating among stars.
This is how I go. It's probably for the best.
So while he's gone
What? They gone from the room,
from this plane,
from this plane of existence into the astral. Okay.
I would like to eat one of these apples because, quite frankly, I'd like to see anything but this place.
so as
We
you
will eat the entire apple in one bite.
nice. So as you bite into the apple, you see mimics for what they are all around you.
Oh no! Like purple and fleshy?
Yes.
Or like, great. Eldritch, in all its eldritch horror. Why would you serve this to me?
This is actually better, to be honest.
Trunks?
I told you just to not. Don't.
Wait,
There's
no, I
no
got
safe things on the menu.
No,
It's just
I'll
easier
drink
if
it
you-
two. I'll drink it two, and then I'll go with them. One.
One.
Oh god.
You said don't eat the gray stuff. None of us have touched the gray stuff.
That's
Trunks, I'm
magic
coming.
warning.
Just
So give me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, what?
Did you get my
have to do
bonus?
a save?
Yeah, you get the bonus from Paladin.
natural one.
Natural
Oh no, God, we
one.
can't help you here.
A total of like 12 with the bonus.
You look over at Koski,
Okay.
and you just see a charred corpse looking at you.
Are they talking?
Does he hear the
you
voice?
you're seeing the charred corpse, and then it stretches in really just ridiculous looks,
Koski?
and you're just tripping. And
You look
you are
great.
incapacitated for 1 minute.
You look crazy right now.
After a minute passes, you appear back in your seat. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. Total of 8.
Oh, plus 4.
Okay. So
12.
12.
For 12. That's a
13,
success, so you're not scared.
Can I choose to be scared?
Sure.
Can I choose to be scared?
And then
I drink
it's,
theirs.
it's around the time that they reappear that your vision goes back to normal.
Drink water
Sure. I grabbed the one that they gave to him and drink that one.
Roll a d4.
Yes. Let's see. Let's go through all of them, please.
You
Don't be a
know,
one
the
or
fact
two.
that you still serve this stuff,
4.
Max, is morally questionable at best.
I saw the end of time, guys.
We've all seen the time.
So
now. It's
you drink it,
It
and
was alright. Oblivion's nice. There's a piece to
air
it.
tastes like raspberries now.
Is the air on that mix?
No. All right, look, I'm gonna need you to stop trying the weird drinks.
I'm gonna grab it.
And also, you having eaten that apple.
Are there any apples left? Is there one for each of us?
Oh, you want to?
How many were there?
There were about 6.
Okay, Koski's eaten all 6.
What? I want
Okay. Well, it's
Koski
You're
is
gonna see beyond
1
sight.
minute. 1 minute per apple. It is purple flesh around you, but after 6 minutes would pass, it's thing slowly transitions back into a recognizable form.
If I may.
Yeah.
So he sees mimics everywhere.
Uh huh.
Anything else around the rest of us? Baubles or little amulets?
You can give me a
The
perception
weird
check.
priest.
I would have liked to do this too.
No, but they ate all the apples.
Yeah.
It's probably for the best.
That's a nat one.
No, you're just focusing on this
Yeah.
eyeball
I
that's the
can
size
see
of your head staring at you from the wall.
Yeah. I'm mostly just disappointed in Hadrian.
Look,
Can we?
this is a quiet place to talk.
No one's talking.
Before we continue,
Yeah, because you're tripping.
thank you to +5 charisma for all of these wonderful items that our players are testing out on. each other and
You did this to us.
Inflicted
the
it.
laughing ladle.
The 3 maxes in there.
I loved it so much. It's almost like a ring of true love
Oh my god.
that I give to you. Thank you.
Didn't know simping was a class feature.
I can see the truth, and that is that the items are awesome.
Right. They're terrifying in the best way possible.
Gotta love terrifying common magic items.
Yeah.
These are common.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You've seen the end of time, reality for what it is,
astral plane.
the taste of raspberries.
Again,
Common things.
this is your fault.
I understand that.
What? Cool. So,
What's the plan, guys?
as delightful as this is, can we just get our food? Can we? Max, can we have our food to go? Can you fetch Max? I'm talking to the furniture. This is
That part's normal.
Right.
You want your food to go?
Right. How much do I owe you? I'm talking to this plate.
If you give us change and it's more mimics, I'm gonna be mad.
Don't worry. The coin we use is actual coin. It's not a mimic.
Sounds suspiciously like this.
Some mimics tried to hide as the coins, and we have to root them out.
Can you just double check for us? Can you keep the change actually? Can you just keep it? Not hand us anything.
Genuinely, I'd rather.
You'll see him start to tickle each of the coins to show you that it's real.
I
I
tickle
cannot tell you how much I
everything.
hate this place.
Want to go?
Wait, say that again. Say that again. I can't tell you how much I love this place.
I was lured into this.
This broke me. This is why.
Mimic colony is one of my favorite things.
I wanted
We've talked about this so many times.
It's fine.
The voice of God pulled me aside and said, "You're gonna take them here." And they threatened me if I didn't.
I wanted to show this place off. What can I say? I love it.
Reniel is close to tears.
I am.
He wants to pay this man.
You know how much I love mimic breeding. Okay, you know this. You know we've had this. I love
know.
this. I love this place.
So,
It's vile.
you're given.
Is it called the laughing ladle because the ladle laughs?
Yes.
Yes.
Like the kitchen door opens and there's just a giggling ladle.
Yes.
It's being submerged in the gray goo.
I would like you to know that that Koski
Yes.
is getting one of the headaches that he hasn't gotten since he started raging. Because he is so angry right now.
Okay. Sorry. Let's figure this out before the vein fully pops out. We're gonna. What are we
Yeah,
doing?
to go baggies, please.
No, yeah, but what are we doing?
Non-mimic.
Okay, sure, but what are we
baggies.
doing?
We're going to go to
Drugs.
someplace else. I think the first thing we need to do is be somewhere else. I think just in general. I want
So-
to pay this man for the goods and services.
Total meal is gonna be. We'll call it 4 silver.
Sure.
And
Exact
you're
change.
given a
No change.
to-go bag.
I take a look at to go back to make sure it's not mimic.
It's not a mimic.
Can mine be a mimic?
No,
Please.
that'll cost extra. More
Not-
than you have. But back out on the street. What would you like to do?
I gotta find a place.
I
Gotta
look
talk.
I look at Koski. What do we do?
Maybe we should go to the Nine Cloud Inn
That's such a
and
good
ask
idea.
to speak with Shannon.
That's a majestic idea. I think we should do that. What is this? I'm opening up like I imagine it's just like those paper like little boxes with little handles. What's?
Yeah.
I'm kind of hungry.
It's a nice
After seeing the
stew,
end of time,
actually.
just a stew.
A beef stew.
Vegetables.
Would you have told them no beef?
Oh no.
Koski was a little distracted.
Oh,
I did ask if you were against beef. That might be one of their mainstays.
yeah. Oh,
It's a fish stew.
Oh, okay.
Man.
It is a sort of town on the sea. Makes sense.
On the sea?
Sea, shore, sky, something like that.
oh, it's delightful. Yeah, it's actually really good. It's
It's a flying fish.
yeah, it's like a bisque, creamy.
So what would you guys like to do?
I want to steal a
Nine
milk.
Cloud Inn.
Nine Cloud Inn.
Alright. So it takes a little bit of
Time out. We did tip. We did leave a tip.
noted.
Of.
I left the gold and screamed no change running out. No change! After grabbing. Please and thank you.
Alright. So making your way to
Did you tip the staff or
the
the furniture?
9 Cloud Inn.
Is there a difference?
I guess we can go there.
We're already like halfway there.
I'm just
We just
saying.
walked the entire way. It's right in front of us.
There was no walking. There was running.
No.
So
The tiles
the
are
Nine
moving.
Cloud Inn, it's got a bit of a unique look to it. This building actually drapes over the side of a spire and has various points anchored into the side of it. It's almost like the way it separates the rooms. It is each individual room is going to be hanging off of the side with a staircase going through the spire into your room.
Is there a room without windows? Question.
I think it's just a closet.
I talked to the maitre d' and ask and look at his mask specifically.
So the mask of the elven woman that owns the Nine Cloud Inn looks like it's almost made of cotton as it swirls around from eye all the way around into almost a scarf.
Oh.
It looks like a cloud almost.
We have been sent here from Inspector Zaslin. I'm looking for Shannon.
Oh, you're looking for
And
Miss
also-
Lansing. Let's see. Her normal room is currently occupied. Looks like she is in. How shall I announce you to her?
You can say that her uncle-in-law is here.
Uncle-in-law. All right. If you, is it just you, or are your compatriots? Are they also family?
Close enough. Not that one, but these two. But this one can come.
Very well.
We will
If you would,
we will also need room here.
you will need a room as well.
Preferably one that either has really thick curtains or no windows at all. Maybe your room that's like on the ground and not overhanging.
Can I have the overhanging one?
We have many overhanging rooms. If you are looking for a solid room, as we call it, we can do that as well. It will be in the spire.
The other ones aren't solid. No, don't. Just
Let's go. So
We have our cloud rooms and we have our solid rooms.
cloud room.
we'll play it by ear.
Trunks. It's a cloud room.
They're supposed to be in the sky.
If you want solid room, you can share with him. I will take cloud room with
Cloud
you.
room. It's so cool. Come on, Trunks.
We'll always check it out later.
All right.
One solid room, one cloud room.
Well, they can both be clouds, I guess.
Two cloud rooms.
I'll take my solid room. Thank you, man.
One solid room, two cloud rooms. A solid room will cost you, it's going to be 5 silver a night.
For tonight.
A cloud room is going to cost you a gold a night.
It's more money.
You pay for the experience. And the rest too.
Not the walls, clearly.
Right.
Wait.
Or
How
the
many gold?
structure.
One.
Oh, okay.
And golden nut.
Oh,
Per
you
room.
Get it?
Per room.
Or do you want me to get it? I can do it. Just means I have.
If you would like to follow me, I can show you to Miss Lansing's room.
Sure.
Gold less.
And she'll lead you down a stairwell towards one of the cloud rooms, knock, and just... Miss Lansing, your uncle-in-law and other family-esque members are here to see you.
That tracks. We are family-esque.
Family yes.
It's our brand.
Yeah. Like a brother do. Wait, no, that doesn't make any sense.
No.
Hopefully she shall be out in just a moment.
Thank you.
And she'll go back up the stairway. And it's maybe 20 seconds after the initial call that Shannon opens the door. The mask that you see her wearing, it's a little crooked, like she just threw it on. It's a tiara with a veil.
Oh.
Oh my
The
gosh.
veil looks like it's made of violin string.
Oh, that counts? Okay.
Wait, that's super cool. I didn't even think of that.
And it only comes down to
Orville.
just her cheekbone level.
Oh.
Oh, hello everyone. Do come in. And entering the room, you will see. Well, yes, there is a window on the wall. There is also a window in the floor.
So the window, the
To
wall.
the floor.
Sweating.
There's
All right.
tears.
Till Rennie drops through the floor.
Floor, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's
got
just
it.
like I'm at the
Um,
doorway. Okay. Okay.
Koski will bow to her.
You tip your mouth.
Nope.
Yeah,
But-
it's of course, yeah.
Like, this is the only person Koski has been polite to.
Sure.
She'll curtsy. She's in a. She's in a. Like a sundress. It looks like she was getting ready to go out. Has a bag near the door that she. It looks like it's packed for just going out on the town.
You have a parasol? That's I can't. This is amazing.
Hope we're not keeping you.
Oh, no. How can I help everyone?
Your uncle, what's his like?
Godfather.
Your godfather told me to ask you about Gwen's sword, but we have other business here also.
All right.
Care to explain?
Right. Did you hear what happened to Cassius?
Yes, I did. I'm so sorry.
Your Inspector Zaslin thinks he'd escape here. Would you happen to know what kind of... Have you... Because you've worked for him, but I'm not sure to what extent. I mean, do you know, like, where he'd stay, what mask he'd wear? You wouldn't happen to have any information on what your former boss would be up to? Sky Shore?
If we're going to be talking purely business,
Sorry.
if you would not mind, I'd rather we have this conversation at my office.
It's fine as long as there are no mimics.
You went to the Laughing Ladle, didn't you?
It was safe
Amazing.
to talk.
I imagine...
Well, yes, it is a safe place to talk. It still gives me the...
I imagine it's an expression here. It's just, no, you've been to Laughing Ladle after something just horrible happened to you. Just... had lunch at the Laughing Ladle.
If you'd like to follow me to my office, I was actually getting ready to head out that way.
And we will.
And following her through the town, is this your first time in Skyshore? Do you have any questions?
I've seen enough of Sky Shore for today, actually.
Are you not a fan of heights?
Me and... I like Heights. Heights doesn't seem to agree with me. Seem to just be... I feel extra precarious. There's just a lot of potential energy ready to be converted into...
What?
I see. It's quite all right. You are perfectly safe here. The Faceless Guard and the Enforcers are constantly on the lookout for anything that might fall. And they usually will not let you fall further than 50 feet before catching you.
So can we try it?
No.
Please do not, as there is a fine.
Oh, okay. Even if you fall out by accident? There's a fine for falling by accident?
Most people fall off by accident.
The ones who
It's
on
weirder
purpose.
if you don't.
Right.
Right. Okay. Sure.
You get plopped into psychiatric ward after.
Oh no.
Have you all seen the Enforcers yet, or...?
What?
I was the one with the
So you have, yes. Oh, right. They have them at the mask rental. You all seem to have gotten new masks, some of you, quite quickly.
These are rentals.
Yes, they're a bit harder to notice here in the city. And you'll notice as she's walking, she has a bit of a skip in her step, like she's happy to be home.
Okay.
They have various modes and they'll hide amongst the general civilians of the city. But should the need arise, they can activate. Hence, you are perfectly safe. Even if you do not see a machine nearby, there likely is one.
Perfectly safe.
That makes me feel safe. Definitely.
Safe for sure. Safe is the word.
You just see Hadrian's always constantly shaking, like, no.
But you would eventually get to a small two-story building. This is a very thin, narrow building squeezed between two much larger ones, one being a clock tower with a strange-looking bell at the top, but...
Do I know anything about that clock tower?
Yes. So the clock tower is actually the... Where did it go? I have you here somewhere. I'll find it later and remember its name, but you know that it does act as a shrine towards the Lady of Luck.
Lady. No,
Yeah.
That doesn't sound.
Lady Fortune.
Wait, that's probably mine.
Misfortune.
That's definitely not yours,
Probably
kid.
mine.
This smaller building, you'll see a small plaque next to the door that says Lost and Found Private Detective Agency.
Charming.
Do they have like a lost and found pile that we can like go through?
Here's my office, and she just pulls out a key and do come on in. We'll be much safer to talk to you.
Don't take anything.
Is that another rule?
That's me telling you not to take anything. This lady seems nice.
Should I add that to the rule?
We weren't going to.
Just internalize it. I mean, to keep it inside.
Oh, okay.
I cannot believe I'm saying this, but you don't be insensitive to her.
Yeah.
Fine.
Every time Koski like starts to like be aggressive or like I sort of puff out my chest just a little bit more, just like not even like behind or like in front of or in response to, just like confidence just makes confidence sometimes. It's just, you know what I mean?
Power stance.
Power stand.
Power stance. Yeah, it's just like a
You
little.
went from scared of Koski to Daddy Koski.
Koski's okay.
In one session.
Oh.
You just have to share trauma.
Yeah,
Specific.
it's almost like when you
Trauma bond?
work on understanding someone and bond over trauma and feel what they feel for even a moment. You start to
Yeah, when they
Get
imbue
it.
you with their crippling emotional pain.
a little bit.
That's how I bond.
That's that.
Just swallow it and move on. It's fine. Well, you can grieve when you're dead.
All right, so
Oh.
she'll lead you into a office with a frosted glass door that says Lansing printed on it. It looks like a well-loved office. Files are all around. There's a mahogany desk that's seen some better days. And you would see there is a glass decanter with a brown liquid inside with a couple of glasses next to it. And it's not very full. She'll start to clean up very quickly, clearing off a space for everyone to sit. Sorry about the mess. I haven't been back here in a little bit. And she just kind of tosses the stuff into a corner, takes her seat. Right. What was it you all wanted to talk about?
Go first. Seems pertinent.
Eventually, I'd like to know about Gwen's sword and see it. But more importantly for now, what can you tell us about Cross? Do you know what mask he wears here?
Known associates.
He talked about a couple of masks that he owned. As far as for which one he uses, I can try and speak with a contact I have in the Faceless God, see if they can search the database.
So there's a database.
Yes, there's a database. We're not in a public space, and she's going to take her veil off.
Okay. Sure.
Mask. Face.
Alright, Nick, kid, calm down.
Never.
There is a database, yes.
With it, everyone who's ever. Do we have to have the mask in order to check, or can we check by names?
We would need to. We can search by name. We can search by mask, but
Are you allowed to put in a fake name?
that is how most people get around the registry.
That or taking somebody else's mask, I imagine.
Did we have to give our name? Did we give our names to the?
There were
did they
forms
give
you
us
would
a
have had to fill
form,
out.
Form that we fill out completely. What kind of information was on that form? Just our names, or?
Name, species, general description.
Oh, we were
Like height and weight.
So, like,
Okay.
example, height, weight.
Height and weight?
You're a tiefling.
Yeah.
What color tiefling are you?
Gotcha.
Hair color, stuff like that. Descriptors,
Gotcha.
identifying features.
But they couldn't. They can't. You can't lie about the features, right? Because then they'd be able to see the differences, discrepancies. So they might lie about their name, but they can't lie about what they look like, right?
Magic does exist.
Well, sure, but at that point, then there's no way to. There's just no way then.
No, there's still ways.
If they magically hid the way they looked, they lied about their name, and changed everything about this.
So I don't know if you know where we are, but this is a detective agency.
Sure,
There's ways to find out information without relying on magic. Good old detective work has gotten people plenty of places. Right?
Your new friend is quite right.
Hadrian, by the way, I don't think we've actually met.
It's a pleasure. My name is Shannon.
Nice to meet you, Shannon. I don't think our line of work is too different.
You have purple eyes. Are you a huntsman?
I am.
It's been better part of a year since I've seen your company in this city.
Don't try to make it back here too often if I can help it. Not exactly the safest place for us.
Are you here on a hunt?
Apparently, the
You could
queen
say
is a
that.
vampire.
You see when you say that, she just... Are you hunting that childish story again?
I am not. At
Yes.
the moment, the man who taught me my ways is still hell-bent. And if something were to happen to him, it's my responsibility to, see that through.
I have been lucky enough to meet the Queen. I was a little girl, but I was there with my godfather, and, well, she was quite nice, and do pride myself on my memory.
Look, I'm not saying she can't be nice. I'm just saying she eats people.
And I'm saying I've seen her walk in the sun.
Look, plenty of things are... They can control the weather with a boat. I don't even know that's the real sun.
What?
I assure you it is.
I don't know.
I mean, either way.
I know you're all about conspiracies, but the sun is
The
fake.
sun is fake. All right, now even Dante's like, okay, maybe the vampire stuff's not. Maybe she's not a vampire.
Where were you on January 16th?
That's not a canon month, Koski.
What is this January?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you mean first month. That's not good. But, what are the months? of the
Right
year
now,
again?
we are in. It's now the 16th of Solstraer.
Look,
And
all
a
I'm
calendar.
saying is they got a little boat in the middle of the city that makes it never rain, never snow. All right? When you can play God like that, I don't trust anything, even the stuff I can't see.
I feel like there's a difference between being like no rain and being like now there's a sun. Like as a, no, not
Also,
a,
aren't you like super godly and into God and stuff?
If
And
I,
isn't
Isn't
Yeah.
that like your thing?
isn't the sun
Yeah.
one?
if I may, have none of you heard of a druid ever controlling the weather?
No, but I believe you, as opposed to if they said controlling the sun, which I would say I don't believe you. So I mean, there must be some kind
It is a spell. There is a spell to control the weather.
You telling me there's not spells that can fake daylight?
of create.
Will give
Touche.
you resistance to
See?
daylight.
Lady knows what I'm talking about.
Well, not in the sky. I mean, I can create daylight. I just don't want. I can't do it in the sky.
Sure.
Now, I'm sorry, what were you asking?
Right, hold on. Okay, so Hadrian's believes that the sun is fake.
Uh-huh. The queen's a vampire and the sun's fake.
The mask mandate is purely by the government to corrupt its
This is for sure.
As a party, we got here. Do we feel like time is off at all? Like as a party, we would feel some type of jet lag or something if
Yeah, how far
the
away
sun, if it was like actually midnight and
Give
the
me a
sun is
nature
up.
check.
Wait, are we actually?
I
Are
don't.
we
Please
actually
don't
going-
buy
yeah,
into this nonsense.
The idea that the sun is fake.
The sun's
Is it?
probably not
First
fake.
off, I'm not even saying that the queen's not a vampire, but is the most likely outcome that the sun is
17.
fake as opposed to the person is
17?
fake?
You do not feel any change in the daytime. The thing that's felt weird is just the lack of wind. The strongest wind you've felt since being on top of any of these spires has been the gentlest breeze.
Sure.
Like something barely enough to make your hair move.
But time feels relatively normal.
Time feels normal.
It
Yeah.
stopped feeling normal.
I don't. Why would
I'm
the
not
sun being
saying
fake
that
be
the
more
sun-
likely than the person, the queen, at that moment being fake?
I'm not saying that the sun is or isn't real. All right.
You literally said the sun isn't
Yeah,
fake.
I said it
Straight
could
up
be.
said it.
I said it could be. All right. All I'm saying is you're dealing with powers that are more ancient than any of us. All right, except for your little wizard friend trapped in your bottle, right?
Anyway.
Jesus.
And have access to magics,
To
the which we've
explain
never
what
seen.
your friend is raving about,
Raven's not the word I like to use.
That's one of the accurate ones.
That's so raving.
the story that Hadrian, was it?
Yes.
The story that Hadrian is telling you is it's a rumor by the less fortunate in the city.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that they blame the nobility about, and it's easier to hate something if you think it a monster.
Right. Well, in capitalism, it's the rich to eat the country.
Yeah.
That was
I will say, we do know there are vampires.
Oh, yeah,
I
no,
don't know
no.
if I buy into all that, but we did just fight one.
Mm-hmm.
Or two.
They seem to be aligned
Yeah,
with.
too,
I
because
mean,
of
are you
your
familiar with
mom.
the Sanguini?
Hmm?
Sanguano.
Sanguano, I like that.
Sangua.
No, I like Sanguano.
Sangua? Is that what he?
That last one.
This happened. This happens in character.
I'm for sure saying Sanguano.
Or attack the windows on the train.
You were attacked by the Sangua. And as soon as she says that,
I hate this.
Oh.
you just see she very slowly blinks. I'm sorry, what were you talking about?
Detect magic.
Oh,
Detect
yeah.
magic. Detect magic.
Detect magic?
Yeah.
Insight check, if I may.
Have you been to the Laughing Ladle? What was that about?
What?
Laughing.
What are you talking about? We were talking about how you think the queen is a monster.
Can you repeat after me?
No, please don't.
Sangua. Stop doing this. You had detect magic on.
Yes, I know, but stop doing it.
So-
Jam.
As you're doing that,
That silken mistress, tell me there's something silky going on here.
What?
there is
Don't make it weird.
You first.
a sense of divination
Oh. Divination. That's not what I was expecting.
coming from the mask.
Ooh.
The mask that she's not wearing anymore?
Mask that she is not wearing but is registered to her.
Yeah.
This is bad.
There is a sense of divination on any mask you see.
As we say that.
Including mine that I've had for a whole bit?
Did you take it off?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know why I asked if you took it off.
Yeah, it shouldn't matter.
Yeah,
It's still registered, right?
All
right. I guess
yours is much fainter.
Did carve it in a bowl on the way over here a couple years ago, so.
I'm gonna cast Dispel Magic on her.
Well, hold on. Before you do that.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Look.
I'm going to do it and then
Okay. Consider this.
consider
Right.
this.
Whatever's on there
The magic.
makes its way back. That's how it sets off that it's,
They would know.
knowing stuff.
What?
So,
But I don't understand.
consider this.
Mhm.
Think of each of these little masks like a torch along the wall, right? If it's flicker, if it's bright, it's there. You're not worried about it. You're not looking at it. The second one of those goes out, you notice. So maybe don't put out the flame yet.
Okay, I won't put it out. I'll collect them all, place them right outside the door.
There we go.
I don't think it's gonna work though. Okay, hold on. Here's the thing. Now, give me 1 minute. Just give me 1 minute.
How is she reacting to this conversation?
She looks a little confused, like, what are you all talking about?
Does moving the mask make any difference? Like
Yeah.
putting it outside the door of the...
Can I try this? I feel like we're only drawing attention to ourselves. We're trying to talk about it. We're already in hot water. We tried to talk about something, but when we did, your eyes glazed over and you forgot. I'm not going to say more than that, but it was relevant to what we just talked about before.
Yeah.
It was relevant to vampires, starting with an S, ending with an A, I think.
Rhymes with linguini.
Don't.
Rhymes with
Don't think about it too hard, because it seems like when you do, you forget.
Right. So just, it does feel like we'd be...
And don't say the name out loud.
I don't know what name you're referring to, so...
Creepy. This is a lot more dangerous.
Now,
than
are we
it
lending
was.
some credence to the theory that I proposed?
Maybe the queen thing, but not the sun.
Yeah.
That was just a big
Still
Hold
not
on.
example.
buying
We
into
should
the
hear
sun.
him out. I'm gonna... Are there curtains? Is there like an open window that I can
Yes,
just draw
there's
curtains? You don't wanna... Who knows if the sun...
I need to check something for you real quick.
I hate
Curtains.
this. I hate that every random
sun-
conspiracy.
Never mind.
Are the curtains a mimic?
No.
Okay.
Why does every horrible joke conspiracy theory I suggest come true?
Do I peek out and the sun's now an eye?
No.
Am I back at the...
Imagine
window?
the sun blinked. If the
Oh
sun
my
blinked,
God.
I would lose it. I would lose it. I would scream.
World's a mimic.
Okay.
Honestly, I'm fine with that.
Gonna have nightmares. Anyway. Noel's gonna have nightmares. Right. maybe I'm just a little on edge because we did just come from the Laughing Ladle. So I guess we can talk about other things if this isn't productive.
Okay,
Maybe we should.
We're not gonna get anywhere with the Queen Vampire thing.
Right. Which we don't believe. Haha.
Just a conspiracy theory. Haha, so crazy.
Only
Like the sun being fake. Haha.
Yeah, just as
What?
crazy.
No, I think it's pretty positive.
Very wink. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She looks at all of you like, all right. So you were wondering about my aunt's sword?
Yes, I want to see the sword. And the letter.
Bless you.
She had a letter
Thanks.
that Gwen was fine.
It's my
right,
job to
recovering.
bless you.
Yeah.
Vampire Queen, bless you.
I
Get that evil out of my house.
can get the blade. I can get it probably by tomorrow. I've got to stop down by the their the Faceless Guards barracks to retrieve it. It's in-
Shannon, be careful. I saw your aunt's body. I don't think she is alive. And I think someone is trying to kill you too. But maybe I have been hanging out with conspiracy theorists too long.
How's that wrong? So far.
You still alive.
All right.
What makes it a conspiracy theory? As opposed to just a theory.
I will be careful. Will you meet me back here tomorrow?
Yes. Does anyone have anything else to ask of Shannon?
Would you, while you're at the barracks, would you reach out to your contacts about Cross?
Yes, I can.
You know what to look for.
Hold on, if I can ask. What kind of contact do you have with the Faceless Guard? Because those guards themselves aren't exactly the
Are
trusted
you a
ones.
Faceless God?
Are
Are you allowed to say? Blink if you are.
I would be allowed to say if I were a Faceless Guard.
Good.
I have a friend who is he's high ranking.
You sound.
He has a crush on me. His name is Euron.
Describe his mask. No, it doesn't.
No,
It's kind of individual.
Is that why the sundress? It looked really good.
You know this?
no. I was simply just planning to
Day trip.
come here, but
I would like to insight just to get a vibe for this.
sure. Give me an insight check.
Romantic interest check.
Yeah. Dating sim check. 8 plus 3 plus I believe 4. Yes.
15.
Yeah.
She seems like she, well flattered, has zero interest in the guy,
Okay.
but he is connected.
All right.
Sure.
So
Girl boss, all she needs to.
he's the son of a bigwig and is
Like a mimic? Like a big.
No. It's just the ladle for the mimics. Okay, relax.
Okay.
Secondly,
Big
I
wig.
don't judge you. You do what you need to. You're good at your job, mostly except for the part you forget. But look, I know you don't like the place, but no one tries to pull any weird stuff at the ladle. So as disgusting as it is, I think it makes more sense than here.
Me, I love the ladle.
Okay, everyone else. With that, I would want just one little paranoid divine sense. 60 feet. So this thin building, there's a church on one side, and there's something else on the other. There might be a guard nearby, who knows?
there is something that feels like it's come from a upper plane in the building next door.
Is the ground hollowed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. That's good.
The ground of the bell tower is hollow.
Okay. I mentioned that for sure.
How would that mean?
But
It's nice.
other than that, you're not getting anything.
Okay.
Other than mild fiendish energy.
Mild.
Mild, yeah.
Rude.
With my detect magic still up, I know that it's divination. Do we have any extra masks that I can dispel really quickly to see if it does anything? I would very much like to.
Don't you have a mask? The one from your mom? Don't you have a mask from your mom?
Yeah, but I haven't mentioned that.
Oh, but like,
And
would
you know about it,
would,
but-
would you know to check if that has a? Maybe I make the
That's
need
why
for
I
eye contact.
That's why I cared
Yeah,
about
would you
the
check if-
database
Yeah.
more so than anything else.
Right. But I wonder if they expire.
Did you have detect magic up when she glazed over?
Yes.
Second
It did flare from divination to enchantment.
So ours doesn't have that, but hers does.
Right. I wonder.
That's
How
a very good.
You don't know that ours doesn't have that because it hasn't happened. If it only flared when it happened to her, then until it happens to us, nobody knows.
But she wasn't wearing her mask while she was saying that. We had it on her person.
Oh, good point.
Yeah, we had
We
it
were
on her
talking
person.
about it and we did not get zapped.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might be like the longer that you're here, or if you get a custom one.
I think if you get a custom one, then they know who you are, and they don't want you to know something in particular. That's when it's.
Wait, hold on.
Like if you're
we
like
can
a
figure this
citizen.
out real quick,
Sure.
my lady. Where did you get your mask? And when, if I may ask?
Mine was a gift from my godfather. Many years ago.
How long have you been in the city?
I've grown up here. Since returning from Sussex.
Just no. I mean, yeah, sure. Your whole life, would you
I-
say?
I got in, mayhaps early this morning. But yes, I've lived here for a majority of my life, if not all of it.
What's this mean?
There has to be a way to like temporarily.
Messing with the masks right now would just, again, would draw more attention to us, and I think we need.
I think I can.
I have an idea. We'll listen to you first, if you.
I don't have the money to do it though. It's 100 gold
For what?
For.
for the components of a magic circle spell.
Oh.
I just don't have it. It needs to be. I can make holy water with a ceremony, but powdered silver, iron, all that kind of stuff.
Well,
Oh right. When Shannon was dinged and she forgot about it, did she have her mask on her person at that point in time?
No, they put them outside, right? Like outside the door.
I
I
think
put them outside after, but she
after.
wasn't wearing it.
Yeah.
She wasn't wearing it, but maybe she.
It was on the desk in front of
It was
her.
on the desk.
Yeah, so it doesn't have to be on. It just
It might
it's
just be like
connected.
after a while, like it kind of like gets imbued in you, like a long term. Like I've heard of spells, right? That like if you cast it in an area long enough, it becomes permanent, like magic circles. So I wonder, you're wearing this every day. What if an enchantment gets like imbued
If I
in
dispel her, do you think that it's fine then? It won't like
you?
destroy them
I
in?
don't know.
I have an idea.
Okay.
So, the city is nice, just like every other urban hellscape, right? There's plenty of people who are not so nice, right? And I'm not saying we gotta go out tonight, but if we stalk somewhere out, find some ruffians, they're gonna be way more terrified of being caught without a mask than being caught whatever crime they're gonna be. That's how seriously this gets taken around here.
Okay.
We knock out two birds, one stone. Stop somebody from getting robbed, and then have, a pair of masks we can figure out what to do with.
Okay.
Well, right. Interesting. Maybe I'm being too cautious.
So-
We're already in a lot of danger as it is.
They're gonna go and check on where in the city he could possibly be. In the meantime,
As well as getting someone's sword?
there's divination on all these masks.
Sure. I mean, if they need to, if they want to find
No,
us, they
I don't mean finding us. I mean listening to us.
Well,
Doesn't matter if we're alone.
If I may,
Because we're not.
there's one place I can think of that might be a safe enough ground. Right next door is a church, the Lady of Luck. And I know you're not terribly familiar with the details of your magic or mine, but hallowed ground is special. And depending on whoever may have blessed that ground, it might be a bit safe. Now granted, if this queen's been around as long as rumor has it, maybe it's already been dealt with. But as far as my senses tell me, that place is still blessed by light. So,
That stops them from being able to hear us.
maybe, stops people from walking in.
You can go check.
If I may ask,
Hmm.
what is this you're planning on doing?
Oh yeah, the ruffian thing.
Yeah.
I don't find
Just
it.
pointing something out. If you're worried about things listening to us, maybe you don't say the whole plan. Like, what we're going to do.
That was what I was getting at before with the.
All right, look.
Dante mentioned that there was some
I'm not
divination.
used to working with a lot of people, okay? It's a lot of head nods usually with the other huntsmen.
Do I have a way to?
Would you know how these masks work? Besides keying into your identity, Dante mentioned he was able to send some divination magic on these. And that thing that we mentioned about you forgetting, he mentioned enchantment magic flipping on.
The divination magic is used so that any of the enforcers, if needed, can locate someone in trouble. There is an enchantment on the spies themselves that if someone were to go below a certain point at a speed, the enforcers would be able to converge to rescue them.
Right.
Or if a crime were occurring, the enforcers would be able to isolate just those who are being ne'er-do-wells.
Hypothetically, can someone with enough access to this, hypothetically, not saying this would be happening, but even if they did, they had the authority to anyway, listening to our conversations?
That I actually do not know. I've tried to get that answer before, but I did not have the clearance.
Where
Say
is
less.
the central bureaucracy for all this stuff?
Sure.
I believe that the magic...
Interesting.
Are you asking about the enforcers or the masks?
The latter, but the former would be good to know too.
What ladder? What Saurians?
The masks, I believe, are all controlled from the HMS Leviathan, one of the bombardment ships.
That's a hard thing to do.
Good idea.
I know.
Right. Do you want to play Hangman?
As far as the enforcers go, I know that they are all constructed by the Guild of Clocks, the Craftsman Guild, the Smiths Guild. They work to make the actual physical components, and then the enchanting and bringing to animation and locomotion of them comes from the Sparkworks Guild, Guild of Tinkerers and Engineers.
Did you say the Guild of Cloths, or
Clocks.
TikTok.
No. I just got one small history question. I know you've been gone as long as I've been, but do you remember the last time any kind of sickness spread through the city? Even just a little bit?
Are you referring to something common or a plague?
A little of both.
Something suspicious.
Actually, and she's gonna get up and start just rifling through a bookshelf that is not organized at all. Most of it's got files
There's a
sticking
system.
out. There's a system. You have no idea what it is, but she
The
kind of
inside
does.
check is 40.
Let's see if she can find it.
That's just me, IRL.
Well,
Just a pile system. All these piles.
You see her looking through. Here it is. And she pulls out a notebook. Looks like it's maybe 5 years old. And she's going to grab some very small reading glasses and just kind of put them on. Let's see, as she's going through, and it's just chicken scratch. This is a lot of writing. It's in the margins. It's
the serial killer notebook from 7.
No, it's just like, it's got different colored highlights going through it.
If doctors wrote novels.
Yes.
Where's our novelist when we need him?
Let's see. I had to do research for a case a couple of years back, and there was a sickness about 4 decades before my time.
Before your time being alive, or
Yes.
like as a. Oh,
Do you remember it being
Wait.
cured very quickly or some kind of historical?
It was a potential plague that, through the quarantining of the city, did not spread. It was one of the least profitable years in recent history. It was a quick-to-kill plague. But if you're referring to this as vampires, I don't think.
Food in a can. Look, it's a trade city, right? With how much traffic we get, you think there'd be people bringing in all sorts of nasty things from everywhere they go. But instead we don't, right? Can't for any major illness past that. So, every once in a blue decades,
Once in a blue decade? Sure.
come out. Right?
Your point is fair.
Also, I believe we know this. Some vampires are made, right? No? Is that not
Are
true?
they?
Well,
Are they? I have no clue.
according to what your mom has going on.
we're just gonna be airing out everybody's dirty laundry.
I didn't say anything like that. I just said some vampires are made. That's all I said. And they're made sometimes from people who are sick. So if you don't see any sick people, maybe they're not. Maybe they are, but
This is news to me.
to be fair.
Been an interesting couple days.
Sure. And the same day, actually.
Yeah.
Koski, if I'm going to get that sword for you and the information, I should be going. Sorry, I can't really give you all a key to the office. It's
No, it's
Fine.
We have our own room
Mm.
at Nine Cloud Inn.
I think I might actually be, I might seek refuge next door. A little more comfortable.
What's next door? Oh, the
church.
hallowed
Yeah.
place. Right.
Not keen on turning down souls in need, so.
It might be my god, so for all I know.
It's definitely not.
It could be.
Might be better if you stay anyway. Could do you some good, actually.
I'm just gonna grab the masks.
welcome everyone. This is my home, and it's nice to see familiar faces, whatever the circumstance. I wish all of you a good day.
Can you cast sending or no?
I can.
I can as well. Send me something if it's an emergency, or if you find something that's important.
I shall.
Do be careful.
You as well.
Trying to forget anything else while you're at it.
She doesn't know what you mean.
Now, with that, I think I'm going to call it a session.
Oh.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you to Travis Savoy for all of the amazing music you've heard tonight, and thank you to Tabletop Gaming Center for helping us put on this amazing show. Now, I hope to see you all again next week, but until then, game on. Have a good night, everyone.